Hey there, all my April 16th babies. Shout out to the two April 16th Aries that come to my mind. My friend that grew up around the block from me, her and I used to throw cereal up in the air and catch it in our mouths after school, make a huge mess. We grew up since like the second grade together. And I even saw her a couple years ago when I visited home. I ran into her. And then my boyfriend when I was 18, he's also April 16th. And you'll notice with me during this week, I have a lot of contacts, Aries contacts, because I have a stellium. Like my most powerful house is my 7th house of partnerships and marriage in Aries. I have Jupiter there, my North Node, my vertex, and my Sun. So my ideal mate would probably be in Aries, but unfortunately with my April 16th boyfriend when I was 18, we did kind of try to get back together over the years. We actually ran into each other 5 years to the day, unexpectedly. He was living in Seattle about 5 hours away, and I walked into this place. I was dragging my friend over there from across the street from like the really high upscale club over to like the more hip-hop bar that used to be cool before that one opened. So I'm like, come over there and say hi to another friend. And we got there and I turned around and I saw him. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years at all or talked to him, and I just like jumped in his arms and he just grabbed me. So it was like definitely a good Aries attribute, but the Mars square Jupiter is why it never quite worked out between us. So if you want to see more about that, you can check out my Are You Wasting Your Time video, and I discuss Mars square Jupiter thoroughly. I also talk about it a lot in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard video, because that's like the really toxic way it can play out when two people have the time and energy to force it. Where like two Aries, we just got along so good that we just kind of went our separate ways, no hard feelings. Well, when we broke up when I was 18, he was a little bit of hard feelings, but we got over it over the years. And then it was kind of just always like, oh, why aren't we together? Oh, because we never live in the same place at the same time anymore. So April 16th is the day of the cosmic comedy. Laughter is something that comes naturally to those born on April 16th. And I have to say that about my friend Jenny that I grew up around the block from. She was hilarious. Like when we were throwing the cereal up in the air, like the honeycombs, we were laughing harder than anything. All right, so and with it so laughter is something that comes naturally to those born on April 16th, and with it the ability to allow others to laugh too. Perhaps a knowledge of the tragic, or at least the melancholic, is essential to any great practitioner of the art of comedy, and these people certainly have it. They know how to use laughter as a release from very uncomfortable, even painful situations. And because they recognize that laughter and tears are actually close cousins, are able to better understand and adjust to the human condition. In certain ways, April 16 people may be very wise, yet have a large blind spot. They are accepting, understanding, and generous to a fault. Or on the other hand, they can allow others to take advantage of them, and in their zeal to do good, overlook the effects of their permissive actions, not only on those they are helping, but on the community at large. Although tuned to the smallest details of what goes on around them, they can make very big errors in judgment. These errors are often made in the financial sphere. That's interesting, because I said the April 14th Aries I knew as a financial advisor. I think the one I dated when I was 18 is like a CPA now or something. So be careful when Mercury goes retrograde, you guys, if you're working in the financial sphere and you're born on April 16th. April 16th people are not only very aware of the dreams and aspirations of those around them, but sometimes seem to live on another planet themselves. Yet their own dreams are in no way idle thoughts. April 16 people have a talent for translating visions into concrete reality. They really are doers who can make things happen. If it were not for this fact, others would probably not take them seriously at all. As it is, their energy in making projects materialize is quite remarkable. April 16 people are generally loyal to their friends and family. However, if it comes to a choice between their private fantasies and the wishes of their wife or husband, April 16 people will not hesitate to follow their visions, much to the disappointment of their mate. It is as if April 16 people are on the wavelength to a higher power, which can sometimes be shared, but more often has a private meaning only for them. This inspirational king of comedy, whom they follow this inner voice, will keep them in touch in a highly philosophical fashion with the true meaning of life as they see it. It can be tragic, however, if an April 16th person goes over the edge psychologically. Listening intently to voices, but letting go of reality. Those born on this day heed not only their own voices, but also those of others. Taking the plight of their fellow man seriously, truly feeling at a deep level the distress of others, is an important part of an April 16th person's development. Sometimes in their excessive idealism, they may forget the needs of others and be quite ruthless. Yet in the final analysis, few will blame or hold lasting grudges against them. They are forgiven precisely because they themselves so readily forgive. The greatest lesson April 16th people have to teach others is to be non-judgmental and to accept the setbacks and difficulties of life with grace. And now we're going to go over your numbers and planets and your tarot card, which I didn't actually pull out for you. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Okay, got it. All right. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 16th day of the month are ruled by the number 7. 1 plus 6 equals 7. And by the planet Neptune, the planet of dreams, fantasies, and religious feeling. Those ruled by the number 7 can lose touch with reality easily. Since those born on April 16th already have a tendency to wander mentally, they must be especially careful that their Mars, ruler of Aries, energy does not drive them over the edge. Also, because those ruled by the number 7 are not attached to property or financial holdings, those born on April 16th sometimes leave their families monetarily embarrassed. Okay, tarot. The 16th card of the major arcana is the Tower, which in one version shows both a king falling from a lightning-struck tower and the builder of this tower being killed by a blow to the head. Wow, so I didn't know that was the king and the builder. Wow, learn something new every day. All right. The tower symbolizes the impermanence of not only physical structures, but also of relationships or vocations in our lives. The changes wrought can be sudden and swift. The positive elements of this card include being able to accept seeming disasters while at the same time confronting challenges and overcoming them. Negative elements include rising unjustifiably high, being destroyed by one's own invention, and succumbing to the lure of fanciful enterprises. Health. Those born on April 16th, this can also just mean sudden changes, so it's good and bad. So it could just be that, you have a lot of major shifts and catalysts in your lives, more so than others from day to day or just throughout the course of your life. But doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. It could also be swift changes that lead you, where you're going, where you don't have to stay stuck for too long either, and that you're very adaptable to those changes, especially being ruled by Neptune. So, those born on April 16th are generally possessed of remarkably good health. Because of this fact, and also because of a refusal to take practical matters too seriously, their health can suffer through negligence. In fact, psychological health difficulties are of greater concern for many born on the day, yet only when physical difficulties surface do they seem to take time to consider what is wrong with them. As far as diet is concerned, April 16th people will eat almost anything. Though an unbothered attitude to diet coupled with a healthy appetite can be a very positive thing, those born on this day may have to be a bit more attentive to nutritional concerns. I want to say, though, the two that I know at least, they're very athletic. So, anyway, advice. Remember who your friends are. Don't neglect your family. Try to keep your emotions on an even keel. Beware of sentimentality. Don't be bound to the past. Rather, look to the future. Beware of those who would take advantage of your good nature. Meditation. When one door closes, another opens. That's very Tower-like. That door has to slam shut for the new opportunity to come. And it just, even if they're positive changes for you guys, you may feel them a little bit more with the Tower as your card, okay? So your strengths are you're humorous, generous, and accepting. And your weaknesses are out of touch, fiscally irresponsible, and permissive. And I know with the guy that I know that his moon's in Cancer, which could have some of that element. But like I said, not every Aries born on April 16th will have the same moon. So I don't actually know what my friend that I grew up with, her moon is, but I could look it up. Anyways, so born on your day is one of my favorite Aries, Charlie Chaplin, British-American comic film actor, director, City Lights, Modern Times, producer, writer, composer, created Little Tramp icon. Wilbur Wright, airplane co-inventor, so one of the Wright brothers. Anatole France, French writer, Penguin Island. Peter Ustinov, British film actor, writer. Kingsley Amis, British satirical writer, Lucky Jim. Sorry, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Spike Milligan, British comic satirical writer. Merce Cunningham, choreographer, dancer. Henry Mancini, composer, arranger, conductor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, basketball superstar, center. 6-time MVP, played 20 seasons, leader in over 20 all-time categories, including total points. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is pretty cool. And see, I said they're athletic. I said you guys are athletic. All right. Evelyn Ashford, U.S. Olympic 4 gold medal winning sprinter. Again. Jules Hardon-Mansart, French court architect to Louis XIV, Versailles designer. Is it Versailles or Versailles? I'm pretty sure it's Versailles, but I have a tendency to not know how to enunciate names of things and places. You know, noun titles, those kind of things. Anyway, all right. Sir Robert Wilson, British astrophysicist, ultraviolet explorer, satellite designer. Ellen Barkin, film actress. Herbie Mann, jazz flutist. Bobby Vinton, singer. Edie Adams, TV entertainer. P.W. Pillsbury, flour merchant. Probably saw his name on the bags of flour. Sir John Glubb, British Arab Legion commander, Glubb Pasha. Harvey B. Lyon, psychiatrist, founder, Marymount Clinic. Vladimir von Beshev, Russian self-taught painter. So there you have it. That concludes your birthday video, Aries, and April 16th babies. And you are also Aries 3. So I'll put the link below to the April 11th video. That's in the timestamp is minute 26. So if you click on that link, go to minute 26, and I'll start right there at Aries 3, and that's for the week of April 11th through the 18th. So sending you lots of love, blessings, and light. Thank you.